I made my first custom Legends of Runeterra expansion. Coming to our first champion, we have Kog'Maw, the Mouth of the Abyss. Kog'Maw in League is capable of a combination of extreme damage and the ability to execute enemies from afar. However, he is highly vulnerable to enemy damage himself. This card might be a bit troll, but I like the idea anyways. I gave him double attack on level 1 to emulate his main damage source, which is his W in League, and his capability as a hyper carry in relation to other champions. Maybe a 3 mana 2/3 with double attack is too strong in decks that easily boost stats. Then again, he only is good when attacking, not when attacked, so it suits him quite nicely, I think. The original part is his level up, basically his passive, since he dies and deals 3 to the enemy who killed him. If that enemy is dead or gone, he deals 3 to the enemy nexus instead. Now this might sound a bit strong, since he returns to level 1 after leveling up and dying, and you might be right. Kog'Maw can deal up to 7 damage to an enemy he attacks without any upgrades, equipment, spells or whatever, which is insane for a 3 mana cost unit. When defending, his max is 5 and he will almost always die. Kog'Maw would be an annoying support champion in Void decks, which by the way is a region I would add and attribute him to. His purpose mainly to kill beefy enemies and intentionally die, to then either definitely kill that enemy or hurt the enemy nexus. He cannot be cheesed, and in a way actually outplayed, by weak enemies or a spell kill, since the level up would trigger anyway and your opponent would take the 3 damage. Now maybe 3 damage to the opponent's nexus is a bit much and has too little counterplay options, but I really like this idea of a relentless attacker who is fine to int, which is Kog'Maw in this scenario summed up. His spell emulates his ultimate and snipes a back row enemy for his attack value. Also, Kog'Maw level 1 is shuffled, which is unique. Here we have a nice little summary panel for Kog'Maw. If you like the champion, let me know. If you would do anything else, word anything differently, or maybe discard the idea as a useless or OP champion anyways, let me know. And let's go to the next champ. Zac, the secret weapon. Zac has a unique mechanic of splitting into many units upon taking damage. The unit created is called Blob. The mechanic is simple. Zac is not a game-ending threat, but he can stall the enemy more than any other unit in the game. His effect makes him almost unkillable unless he is, for example, one-shot twice. I thought about alternative versions where he would reabsorb blobs at the end of a round or only blob the first time he takes damage. His level up makes him a bit toxic, since he blocks an enemy while simultaneously preparing a counterattack by giving that enemy unit vulnerable, as in covering him in toxic slime. His spell is a heavy hitter, since it works just like a formidable attack. The best for last. Cho'Gath, the terror of the void. Cho'Gath, unlike Zac, is an actual win con himself. His space form either levels from stacks of HP for kills, which makes him, at least in League, grow, or by certain equipment or spells at hand. It is also quite easy to level him, since 10 HP is not hard to reach. His level up version obliterates his foes by devouring them and dealing overwhelmed damage, stacking health and size into infinity as the terror of the void should, and does lore-wise. Of course, Cho'Gath can be outplayed by a variety of things, but he needs to be cleared because his presence on the board would always pose an issue. Stacking infinite health while having regeneration and obliterating foes while having overwhelm makes him a menacing monster. Cho'Gath also has a new keyword when he levels up: Titan. Titans take up 2 board spaces and are also capable of blocking 2 incoming attacks. However, only one opponent can block their attack. They in a way can only issue one attack. Here I am a bit unsure whether Cho has too much power obliterating all foes he strikes. Maybe only those he attacks would be better for balancing. Cho'Gath's spell silences a fighting enemy but costs only 2 instead of 3 mana like Hush. Here I also consider turning down the speed from burst to fast.